12 Powerful Stoic Lessons to Sculpt a Resilient Mind. Introduction. Have you ever noticed how a single thought can change the entire course of your day? Perhaps you woke up and told yourself, "I'm already behind, today's ruined," and everything afterward seemed to spiral downward. Or maybe you whispered, "I can handle whatever comes," and suddenly obstacles felt like opportunities. This isn't wishful thinking, it's a reflection of a timeless truth the Stoics understood thousands of years ago. It's not the world that defines us, but how we choose to interpret and respond to it. In today's journey, we're diving deep into 12 transformative Stoic lessons that can reshape not only how you think but how you live. These aren't abstract theories confined to dusty philosophy books, they're practical tools, forged in the fire of life's struggles, that you can begin applying right now. From the art of positive self-talk to the discipline of consistency, from embracing reality as it is to cultivating gratitude for even life's hardships, the Stoics left us a roadmap for resilience and strength. This isn't about cold detachment or blind optimism. Stoicism is about living fully and intentionally meeting each challenge with clarity, courage, and wisdom. Modern neuroscience even confirms much of what the Stoics taught, that our brains reshape themselves through repeated thought, that habits carve the path of our destiny, and that our words shape not only how others see us but how we see ourselves. So, whether you're facing career challenges, personal struggles, or simply seeking a more grounded way of living, stay with me until the end. Together with Sculpted Grace, we'll uncover these 12 lessons that can help you not just react to life but actively create it. Lesson 1: The Practice of Positive Self-Talk. The Stoics knew that the dialogue you have with yourself every day can either be your greatest ally or your harshest critic. Marcus Aurelius often wrote reminders to himself in his journal, not to impress others, but to guide his own mind. Similarly, the words you whisper internally shape your emotions, decisions, and identity. If you constantly repeat, "I always mess things up," your brain begins to solidify that as truth. But if you reframe it into, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from it," you've transformed failure into fuel for growth. This isn't sugarcoating, it's realistic empowerment, recognizing both the flaw and the opportunity it presents. Think of your inner voice as a constant trainer. Just as an athlete listens to the guidance of a coach, your mind listens to the scripts you repeat. By consciously choosing supportive language, you cultivate self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to influence outcomes. For example, when facing a daunting project, replace "I can't handle this" with "This will challenge me, but I've faced tough things before." Over time, this mental reframing builds resilience. The Stoics often practiced journaling and reflection to strengthen their internal voice. Likewise, with daily awareness, you can train your thoughts into allies that lift you up rather than pull you down. Lesson 2: Emotional Alignment and Visualization. The Stoics emphasized harmony between reason and emotion. True contentment, they believed, arises not from outside circumstances but from inner alignment. Visualization becomes a powerful tool here. When you vividly imagine yourself handling challenges with calm composure, you're rehearsing virtue in advance. Modern neuroscience confirms this. Your brain often cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one, meaning visualization activates the same neural pathways as real-life practice. Imagine preparing for a difficult conversation. Instead of fearing the worst, visualize yourself listening calmly, responding thoughtfully, and embodying patience. Pair this visualization with the emotions you wish to carry: confidence, peace, openness. By doing so, you condition both mind and heart to act in harmony when the moment arrives. The Stoics called this practicing in advance. Today, psychologists call it mental rehearsal. Either way, the message is clear: by training your mind before challenges arise, you set yourself up not just to survive difficulties but to thrive through them. Lesson 3: Acknowledge reality. Stoicism insists that freedom begins with seeing the world as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. This doesn't mean dwelling on the negative, but rather practicing clear-eyed realism. If life brings a setback, denying or sugarcoating it only prolongs suffering. Instead, acknowledge the challenge fully. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By facing reality, you regain agency over how to respond. Consider a professional setback. Instead of repeating, "This shouldn't have happened to me," acknowledge it honestly: "This is difficult, but it's here. Now, what virtues can I practice through this?" This reframes reality into an arena for growth. The Stoics often practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, where they imagined potential challenges ahead of time. Far from pessimism, this reduced shock when difficulties came. In modern life, acknowledging reality prepares us emotionally and mentally, transforming unforeseen blows into manageable hurdles. Lesson 4: Consistency and Habit Formation. The Stoics viewed philosophy as daily training, much like athletes condition their bodies. Virtue was not theory, it was habit. Epictetus reminded his students that self-mastery required discipline, not occasional inspiration. Similarly, building mental strength isn't about one grand gesture but about steady, repeated actions that carve deep grooves in your character. Just as a river shapes rock by flowing consistently over time, your daily choices sculpt your destiny. If you want resilience, practice small daily habits that align with your values. This could be journaling for clarity, meditating on Stoic passages, or catching negative self-talk and reframing it. The compound effect ensures that even small practices, done consistently, yield enormous transformations. Importantly, consistency also requires adjusting your environment. The Stoics advised limiting distractions and temptations, a principle as relevant today as ever. Remove what undermines your values, and your habits will take root more easily. In time, your actions won't feel like forced discipline but natural expressions of who you are becoming. Lesson 5: Resilience through positive speech. The words you use, even casually, shape your relationship with challenges. To say "I can't handle this" weakens your spirit before the struggle even begins. but to say, "This will test me, and I welcome the growth," transforms the same hardship into training ground. Stoics believed words were expressions of judgment, and judgments determine whether we suffer needlessly or stand firm. Positive speech is not naive optimism, it's disciplined reframing. Consider facing financial struggles. Speaking defeatist words like "this ruins me" fosters despair, while reframing into "this is tough, but I've endured worse" invites resilience. Over time, consistently choosing constructive language builds a reflexive strength, just like muscle memory. In addition, Stoics believed our speech shapes community resilience. Speaking positively about ourselves and others uplifts collective morale. In practice, every moment of difficulty is an invitation. Will your words fuel despair, or will they summon strength? Lesson 6: Gratitude and Acceptance. Gratitude, in Stoic practice, is more than appreciating blessings, it's also seeing value in challenges. Marcus Aurelius thanked the gods even for the hardships, because they gave him chances to practice patience and resilience. By training yourself to notice not only what is pleasant but also what is useful in difficulty, you develop an unshakable contentment. Instead of craving what you lack, you begin to appreciate the richness of what you already possess. Acceptance pairs naturally with gratitude. The Stoics divided life into what's in our control, our thoughts, actions, and choices, and what isn't. By focusing energy only on what we can influence, we conserve peace of mind. Imagine being stuck in traffic. Complaining changes nothing. But accepting it allows you to redirect your energy, perhaps using the time for reflection or listening to something meaningful. Gratitude and acceptance together create a steady foundation. They turn life, with all its ups and downs, into an arena where growth and peace are always possible. Lesson 7: Empowering questions. Questions are powerful. The wrong ones, "Why does this always happen to me?" trap us in victimhood. The right ones, "What can I learn from this?" open the door to agency. The Stoics often questioned themselves in their journals: "Is this within my control?" or "What virtue can I practice here?" Such questions turn challenges into opportunities to embody wisdom, courage, or patience. Next time you face disappointment, pause and ask, "What's the lesson here?" or "How can this situation make me stronger?" These empowering questions shift your focus from helplessness to growth. They guide you toward action rather than rumination. Just as a sculptor asks what form lies hidden in the marble, you can ask what virtue lies hidden in this difficulty. Over time, these questions reshape not just your actions but your very character. Lesson 8: Future Self-Talk. The Stoics often acted as if they already embodied the virtues they sought. Future self-talk builds on this tradition. By speaking as though you are already wise, calm, or courageous, you condition your mind to grow into that role. Saying, "I am someone who remains calm under pressure, even when anxiety tempts you," is a way of rehearsing the identity you want to inhabit. This isn't about pretending, it's about practice. Just as a trainee soldier drills before real battle, you train your mind for who you want to become. Over time, these statements stop feeling aspirational and begin feeling natural. Imagine journaling from the perspective of your future self. How would the calm, wise version of you handle today's challenges? This bridges the gap between who you are and who you're becoming, aligning today's actions with tomorrow's character. Lesson 9: The obstacle becomes the way. One of the most powerful Stoic lessons is that obstacles are not interruptions, they are the path itself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Instead of resisting difficulties, use them as tools for growth. Failure sharpens wisdom. Hardship strengthens endurance. For example, if your career path takes an unexpected setback, rather than lamenting lost progress, ask how this can train your adaptability or reveal hidden strengths. A personal story of many Stoic thinkers was turning exile, poverty, or illness into arenas for practicing virtue. By adopting this mindset, every obstacle ceases to be an enemy and instead becomes a teacher. Life stops being something happening to you and becomes something happening for you. Lesson 10: Premeditation of adversity. The Stoics prepared for life's blows by imagining them in advance. This practice, premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, might sound bleak, but it was profoundly liberating. By contemplating loss, failure, or hardship before they arrived, Stoics reduced fear and built readiness. If you've already imagined yourself calm in the face of loss, the actual event will not shake you as deeply. In daily life, this could mean mentally rehearsing challenges before they happen, a difficult meeting, financial stress, or even illness. Instead of dwelling in anxiety, this practice allows you to enter situations with measured expectations and calm resolve. It is not about pessimism, it is about resilience. By practicing acceptance before adversity strikes, you become unshakable when it inevitably does. Lesson 11: Control what you can. At the heart of Stoicism lies the famous dichotomy of control. Epictetus taught that some things are within our power, our choices, actions, attitudes, while most external things are not. Suffering often comes from trying to control what we cannot. When we redirect our focus only to what lies within our sphere, we reclaim peace of mind. Imagine worrying endlessly about the economy. You cannot control its movements, but you can control your spending habits, your work ethic, your adaptability. By narrowing your focus, you conserve energy for what truly matters. This principle alone can dissolve much frustration and anxiety. Life becomes lighter, not because challenges disappear, but because you stop wasting effort wrestling with the uncontrollable. Lesson 12: Live in accordance with nature. For the Stoics, to live well meant to live in accordance with nature, both the nature of the universe and your own. This meant accepting the cycles of life, death, change, and impermanence, while also cultivating the best within your human nature, reason, virtue, and community. Instead of resisting what is natural, Stoics embraced it with dignity and purpose. In modern life, This lesson invites us to slow down, to align with our deeper values rather than chasing superficial distractions. It reminds us that fulfillment isn't found in endless consumption, but in harmony with who we are meant to be. Living according to nature means pursuing wisdom over wealth, character over comfort, and contribution over selfish gain. It is a call not just to exist, but to live meaningfully. Conclusion. These 12 Stoic lessons: positive self-talk, visualization, acknowledgement of reality, consistency, resilience through speech, gratitude, empowering questions, future self-talk, the obstacle as the way, premeditation of adversity, control, and living in accordance with nature are more than abstract teachings. They are daily practices, timeless tools, and living philosophies. When applied with intention, they shape not only your mind but your entire life. They allow you to meet challenges not with despair but with strength, not with fear but with clarity, not with passivity but with purpose. As Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. So, as you walk away from this, ask yourself, which of these lessons will you begin practicing today? Which thought, word, or habit will you sculpt into your life? Here at Sculpted Grace, we believe philosophy is not about abstract speculation, it's about transformation. May these lessons guide you toward a stronger, wiser, and more graceful life.